Justin, was it as simple as inaccuracy, or was there more that you weren't happy with tonight?
No, it was the start cost us. 22 points down at quarter time. We just, lacked composure with the ball. They beat us around the contest early. We looked off. We didn't look like a connected group. And then, from quarter time till probably halfway through the third, I thought we, had the game turned. I think, we passed 20 odd inside 50s after quarter time, and we just butchered some opportunities in front of goal. It's been a bit, this year it continued to be an issue.
Given what the opportunity to move into the top, how disappointing, I guess, is the result, performance aside?
Oh, it's the disappointing part of it's not. It is that, and that's the outcome. But the process is the disappointing part. We didn't play as connected as we did last week. We didn't have as many contributors as we did last week. We weren't as moment by moment as we were last week. That's a disappointing thing. So we just got to have a bit of a deep dive into that, and we just, we weren't as even as we didn't have as many contributors across the board as we did last week, and we weren't as composed in the contest, and we didn't play in the shape that we wanted to. We want to play in for long enough, and that's the outcome's the outcome. But it's more the process that I'm disappointed in.
Yep.
G'day, JL. It's Chatters here. Just touching back on the inaccuracy again. It's been a problem all year. How do you go about trying to fix that now? And I guess maybe even mentally, it's a problem.
Oh, we just got to work on it. We just got to keep working on it. Like and some of the easy shots on goal were general play shots. I felt like, and I thought that just was a sign of lack of composure. And when you give yourself when you give the opposition a head start like we did, you're always playing catch up. So it feeds into itself, and you lack a bit of composure when you know you got more time. And we were just chasing the game all night because of our start. We just need to keep working on our goal kicking. Last week goal kicking wasn't an issue. This week, Reed has said again. So just got to keep working on it.
And the clearances were so dominant. I guess Sean Darcy was a big part of that. How did you see that area of the game?
Yeah, I thought we started average around clearance. But then our mids got right on top, and it gave us field position. We defended behind our field position a lot better. We had a lot of opportunities. I think, we kicked 8 goals, 11 in the middle 2 quarters to 6-1. So we're well on top. It's just, didn't make the most of that. Should have had a lead at 3/4 time. Didn't make the most of our field position early in the last quarter. We did, again, lacked composure with ball in hand, and they got on top in the contest in the last quarter and made us pay. So, I was happy with the way the mids responded after.
So I'm not sure if someone's audio is on. We saw Fife grab at his shoulder a couple of times through the match. How did he pull up?
So far so good. He had a couple of stingers in his shoulder. That's going to happen. I think he moved on pretty quick from them. I think they give him a bit of pain for a little bit of time, and then it gets back to normal. So he's going to have to deal with that. I thought he moved on from each of those stingers pretty well, and he'll be week by week, but I think he got through the game pretty well.
And how do you go about trying to get Michael Walters more into the match? Because when he's close to the ball, you can see he's trying so hard, but he's just barely getting near it.
It was an issue. Obviously, we tried to put him up around the ball a little bit more in the second half and let him drift forward and create a bit of havoc from that. I thought that worked all right. It's something we'll look at. We've got our midfield's pretty set, so there's only a certain amount of blokes you can play through the midfield. And as you said before, I thought our midfield was dominating through those middle 2 quarters, so you're reluctant to change much there. And so we'll keep looking at ways we can get him into the game.
Andrew Stafford from The Age. Justin, what happened in the last 10 minutes of the match? Because you dominated field position and possession. probably 2.5 quarters by then. Did you just run out of petrol, so to speak?
I don't think we ran out of petrol. Well, I think they were well on top in the contest. Last 10 minutes of the game, I think it was almost at least plus 11. And I think just our composure with ball in hand, we started rushing. Just played a bit out of shape, missed tackles, and they hurt us on the scoreboard. Credit to them, they held up really well in that last quarter. I thought their defenders defended really well. Wiedering was solid all night. Jones was solid all night, and I thought their smalls held up really well. I mean, they kept us to 1 point from 13 inside 50s in that last quarter. So their backs held up really well when they needed to early, and they got on top in the contest and owned field position late and made us pay.
Justin, how do you reflect on the week itself? Obviously, it's been different with the 2 flights back and forth and quarantine and not knowing where you're playing. Do you think that had any impact at all at any point of the game?
No, I don't. I thought given the distractions going on outside, that we had to deal with, I thought the players were well engaged throughout the week. I thought they prepared really well. They trained really well. So I don't think it had an impact. I think, you can say maybe fatigue late, but early we're probably at our worst. So we didn't jump into the game well. I don't want to give our players an out. I thought we prepared really well. They ticked every box. They embraced what was going on, and I don't want to give our players that out. I don't think we can use that as an excuse.
I know Shorty mentioned it before, that the opportunity that was in front of you. Your fans would have been sitting at home all excited, thinking everything's fallen our way. We're a chance to go into the 8 here. Could you sense that whilst you're focusing on the process, they'd be frustrated tonight, thinking such an opportunity slipped through the fingers?
Oh, of course. We're frustrated, but we're building something for the long term, and missing out on being in the 8 this week is disappointing. But like I said before, we need to focus on the process. We need to make sure we get more even contribution across the whole field. We need to make sure we're better in those tight situations late. We've lost a couple of close ones this year. So I know our fans will be frustrated, but we're doing a lot right as well. So that's probably what makes it more frustrating. We did a lot right for a long time, and felt like we put ourselves in a really strong position, but we just lacked the composure to penetrate in the last quarter.
How did you view Caleb Sarong's game? And then did you go about that sort of balance of an accountable role and then trying to release him as well? Because he did seem to play a really big role in your comeback once he was released in the...
Yeah, he was really good, really diligent to his task. I think he would have been a bit disappointed with his last couple of games. Really stuck to his task well. And when Walsh went to the half forward, we decided to drop it and allow him to free him up a little bit. And he had a good impact around the ball. He's learning. He's learning from all these jobs we give him. He's adding to his game constantly. He's working on his game constantly. So it's good to see him have a good game.